Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24. Good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good on this side as always. God is great, God is good, and I can't complain. So, in this corner boxing 24, got a great weekend of boxing upon us. And I'm going to get into a little more of that either later on or tomorrow. We got the win coming on Friday for those fights. But what I want to talk about tonight is, one of the fighters on the Tank and Hector Luis Garcia card, Demetrius Andre, super middleweight, he has some things to say about Canelo possibly fighting John Ryder, super middleweight contender, who's 35-2. No, pardon me. 32 wins, 5 losses, and 18 KOs. So 32 wins, 5 losses, 18 KOs, and he was knocked out one time. So Canelo, anybody that knows me knows that Canelo is one of my favorite fighters, man. I had him as pound for pound number 1 for a while, okay? I don't have any problem with Crawford being pound for pound number 1, but Canelo I've always had at pound for pound number 1. But I have to say that if he fights John Ryder as opposed to fighting the David Benavidez or Charlo or Andre, then, I got a problem with that, man. And the fans should have a problem with that. Canelo got to cut it out, man. You're on the back end of your career, man. You're not at the beginning or the middle. You're at the back end. You're in your prime. But I'm saying, you've been fighting for a long time. So you ain't going to be fighting too much longer. Go out with a bang, man, Canelo. Don't go out like no slouch, man. Don't do that to yourself, man. All right? Now, Canelo has fought some of the best fighters. Don't get it twisted. He fought Lara. He fought Cotto. He fought Austin Trout in his prime. He fought the great Floyd Mayweather, who's undefeated, 50-0. He fought Triple G. I mean, he's fought some of the best fighters. Even in he got outworked, outbeat by Floyd Mayweather. He was in a very close fight with Lara that could have went the other way. Okay? But he still has an impressive record when you look at it all around the board. And he started out at 147, so you can't knock him for that. Okay? However, where we at now, you should be fighting one of the 3 that I named. You should be pressing to fight Charlo, Benavidez, or Demetrius Andre, man. There's just no way around it. You did beat Caleb Plant. You stopped him. That was great. Okay, you did a good job, Canelo. But you're not done yet, man. David Benavidez is the fight that you really need to fight. Okay, I just got to keep it real. So if you go ahead and fight John Ryder, who's 32-5 with 18 KOs, been knocked out, and I'm not disrespecting him, but he's not no champion, and he's not no threat to you. That's not the fighter you want to fight. Man, take a page out of the book of Jerome Boots Enos, man, and listen to what their conversation is when it comes to fights, and his father and trainer Bozy Enos, man. They said, listen, man, we want the top 3, no less than 5, man. Right? We don't want to go backwards. We want to go forward. So, no disrespect to who's ever 10 and 11 and 12 and 13, but let them fight each other, right? If you 10 and 11 and 12, 13, y'all fight each other and then y'all move up. But we are a top contender in the IBF, a top contender in the WBC, the WBA, and even the WBO. So why would we want to fight somebody that's more than a few notches away from us? It doesn't make sense. I'm saying that to say, Canelo, you should be wanting to fight the top fighters in the super middleweight division, man. And those are the ones that I named. Benavidez, Charlo, or Andre, man. That's it. It shouldn't be nothing else, man. John Ryder, that's a disgrace, man. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. And nobody's going to support it. You're not going to get no support on that fight. You know? So I think you should really rethink that. And I don't know who's going to be your promotional company in that fight. But if it's Eddie Hearn and the Zone, they should really tell you, man, that that's disrespectful to the fans. And that's disrespectful to boxing, man, for you to fight that man. Let that man fight somebody that's another contender. He don't need to fight a champion like you who's undisputed. He don't deserve a shot at undisputed more than Benavidez. He don't deserve it. Benavidez has an interim title. Same thing that Boots is going to have after Saturday. He's going to have an interim title and put himself in a position to fight Crawford or Spence. Okay, put himself in a better position. Canelo, come on, man. You're a vet of the game now, man. You know better. Shouldn't do that, man. Shouldn't do that, man. Don't disrespect the fans like that. They've been supporting you. They are the reason you at where you at. Okay? Don't ever forget that, man. And you talk about how you love Mexico and your fans. Well, do the right thing by your fans, man. Because Oscar De La Hoya, he fought everybody, Mexican. Okay? And I don't think Oscar De La Hoya was born in Mexico. I think his parents were. If I'm not mistaken, he was born here in LA. But he got Mexican heritage and he represents that, right? But he fought everybody. People could say what they want about him dressing in drag or dressing in women's coat, whatever. He get high. He's a dope fiend. Whatever you want to say about De La Hoya, when it came to that fight game, when it came to the boxing, when it came to grinding, he did that. Okay? He did that. From welterweight to middleweight, De La Hoya did that. So I don't care. It means nothing to me. I talk about what he did in the ring. That's what matters to me. His personal life and outside, that's on him, man. You know, I'm not even talking about that. Canelo, man, if you want to live up to that legacy, because that's a legacy that you got to try to live up to, man. Even though you had a fallout with him and y'all not together, Golden Boy and all that, okay, fine. But you got to give that man respect because De La Hoya fought the fights. He didn't run from nobody. Okay? So Canelo, do the right thing, man. By yourself, by the fans, and by the Mexican people who you come from. They deserve the best fights. And the fighters, man, they put their life on the line. They deserve a shot at what you got. And if you're the best, then don't worry about it, man. Put your belts on the line. If you're the best at what you do and you really undisputed, then put your belts on the line with Benavidez, man. You took a shot with Bibble. It was a little too much. I think you could beat him, but you didn't. But hey, now, you know, it was 175, but 168 is your weight. Fight Benavidez, man. And if you beat Benavidez, man, go out with a bang. Fight Charlo and Andre, man. Those could be your last fights right there, man. You will be, nobody can say anything about nothing. There will be no question. If you beat them three, no question. But even if you just beat Benavidez, I think he's the best out of the crop. And if you already beat Caleb Plant. If you beat Benavidez, man, you're in good company as far as your legacy is concerned. Even more, adding to it, I'm saying. You got a legacy that's great, but you could add to it on the way out. Go out with a bang. Canelo Alvarez, all right? You're one of my favorite fighters, man, but I got to keep it real. If you fight John Ryder, that's going to be a problem, man. All right? Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself, and don't do it to the fans. All right? Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe. Peace.